Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So this one's going to be about how how you can start a local cleaning business and how you can start from the very beginning and then scale it up. So I started a cleaning business in around 2015. At the time, if I knew things that I know now, I'd have done things really different. So that's why I wanted to make this video. I was chatting with one of my subscribers about how to do this. So I just thought I'd put it all in a video. It's all time-stamped, so if you want to skip to different bits, that's fine. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, the pros and cons of doing this, of starting a little cleaning business, is that you can have it any size you like. You could have a little teeny tiny one that you do on the side, you know, 1 or 2 clients at a weekend, £10–12 an hour, just to pay for the extra stuff. Or you could scale it up, and we're going to talk about that later, into, you know, a giant business where you're more hands-off and you actually hire people to do the cleans, which is what I should have done and what I would do now. So if you're a single parent or someone that's just short on time, flexibility is the major thing. You're in charge of your hours, 100%. You know, you get jobs, or like you hear about scams that are like, you work the hours you want and all that. But with cleaning, you literally do. Like, you know, you find the clients, they contact you, you organise the time yourself. You could do it evenings, mornings, weekends, through the day, whenever. It's completely flexible. Most cleans that I've had are between 1 hour to 3 hours. So usually when you first start and you just get the 1 hour cleans, you can just split them into 1 hour chunks, you know, and slot them in throughout your day, and it's brilliant. For me, obviously the other pro is you're working for yourself, so you're the one in charge. You get to decide how small you keep it, how big you make it. Whatever you want to do, you get to decide. The other thing that's a real pro, I'll probably mention later on as well, is just the abundance of clients. You might think it's oversaturated or there's already cleaning companies in your area, which there will be because it's such a massive area that cleaning's never going to go out of fashion. Everyone wants their stuff cleaned. Every business needs a cleaner. You know, every office, every doctor's office, every shop, all the places, all commercial places you can think of, including a lot of the cleans I had were in like, you know, the blocks of flats. The public areas of flats is what I used to clean. So like the, you know, the stairs, the lifts, the entrance, the glass, that kind of thing, that all wants doing. So when you walk like down the street in your town, just like look around, at every single building, they need cleaners and they always will. And that's just the commercial side. So the residential side, which is what I'd say to start with, it's just easier, is people's homes. And there's so many people hire cleaners like 1 hour, 2 hours a week. I would love to do that, and I have actually looked at doing that in the past when I've been super busy, but so many people do it. You know, I worked with elderly people, rich people, I had the mayor's house at one point I was cleaning, so I've worked in the mansions, but then I've also worked in just normal ordinary houses. You know, I had a woman who I used to go and clean for 1 hour, and it was just, she had, I think she was a nurse or something, but she just had, you know, an ordinary job, and she had 3 kids, and she just wanted to come home to just a nice clean house, and so I used to do that for her. So yeah, there's always people, so don't ever think that, you know, oh, there's not enough people. No, there is. The other major pro is that it's cheap and easy to start. So you don't actually need any equipment, you don't need anything special to start, you don't need a website, you don't need anything. The clients in residential buildings, so just people's homes and stuff like that, they will provide the cleaning stuff most of the time, hoovers, everything like that. When you first start, just make sure you say, you know, when you first get your clients, make them aware that they will be providing the cleaning stuff, just so there's no awkward thing when you turn up and all. Eventually, once you start making money, then you can obviously buy your own, do your own stuff. I used to have like a little bucket that I just used to have some cleaning stuff in, and I used to take that. But when it was people's houses, usually they have their own things that they like to be used. So I never had to worry about anything like that. Once you move into like a more commercial side, then you will have your own things, but that will be later down the lane, later down the road. That's the one. So you wouldn't have to worry about that at the beginning. Don't even worry about websites or anything. The only one expense that I would say in the beginning is leaflets, flyers, maybe business cards, but they're super cheap. I'll link some places below where you can get them super cheap, or even in the beginning was just to go on Word and make a little thing with my name on, telephone number, cleaning service, the price and just go and post them around. Like, it really, keep it as cheap as possible till you're actually making money. So a bit of the background, like I said, I started my own cleaning business. It was about 2015. I only had one child then. She was at school, and so she was at primary school, so I needed to find something that fit in them hours. So I was already working for, I had some like little cleaning jobs going on through like cleaning companies, but at that time I had no idea about how to start your own company or your own business. To be honest, I didn't even think you could. Like, it sounds really silly, but I didn't think I could do that, like I wasn't allowed or something. So I'll talk about some of the things that I did and what went really well, but then also some of the mistakes that I made, because I did kind of mess it up. But like I said, I know a bit more about things now, so I would have just done it a lot different. So I was cleaning my daughter's school in the evening, and I had a few little cleaning jobs. One of my friends, she used to clean a few houses, you know, just for extra money a week, and she was getting quite busy with it. And she had this one guy who she used to clean his house 2 hours a week, £10 an hour, and she couldn't fit him in, so she just asked me, do you want to do it? You know, do you want this guy as a client? And I was like, oh yeah, an extra £20 a week, like no problem. So I did that for a bit. So the cleaning company that I worked for, they were really cool. They used to just give you clients, you know, and you'd go out, you'd organise a time yourself to clean these people's houses, and you'd get paid like there and then. You'd be employed on a self-employed basis. So you're not actually employed through the company. They're just, you know, giving you clients. So I was doing the cleaning after school. I was cleaning this guy's house, and I thought maybe I could get a few more clients in through the day now that I had like a bit more spare time in the day. So I just printed off a load of leaflets. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it up here. One of the first leaflets that I made, just really simple, just gave my mobile number, advertising, you know, I will clean your house for £10 an hour. And I just went out with my daughter one weekend and just posted a load of these leaflets in random letterboxes, and I never thought anything would come of it, but I got a few phone calls and I started working with some different people in some different houses, and it was really cool because I always assumed it was like, you know, mega rich people that hired cleaners, but it's not. We got a lot of elderly people, and that was lovely because you can go and have a brew with them afterwards, and it was just a really good experience. I didn't have any bad experiences. Everyone was so nice to me and so respectful, and yeah, it was great. So me and one of my friends at the time, we kind of decided to get together and maybe we could, you know, build this out a bit more. So I built a really simple website. I'll see if I can find it. I don't think it's still up. And we created a little business called Angels Care and Clean. So she was a qualified carer and had all her certifications in like domiciliary care, end of life care, and that kind of thing. And I had nothing, so I was the cleaner. So we kind of teamed up and created this little Angels Care and Clean, which we were so excited about it. You know, we thought it was going to become this big thing, and we got t-shirts. But what ended up happening is we got quite a few clients, but it got to the point where clients were clashing, and so we couldn't quite organise everything, and it all got a bit hectic, which is good because it proved that there's so much opportunity out there that cleaning is never going to go out of fashion. You know, people always want clean houses. And this is kind of the thing where I went a bit wrong, was that I was just focusing, you know, I was focusing too narrow into just these 1 hour, 2 hour a week cleaning someone's house, as opposed to looking at different types of cleaning. And it never even occurred to me when we got too busy to handle like the timings to hire someone else. Like, it never occurred to me. But I think it's because we were charging £10 an hour. Did not think for a second we could put the prices up at all. So there was no thought of even hiring someone because there was no margin to be able to do that. It wouldn't have been profitable to hire someone and give them £10 an hour because, you know, we'd make no money. So it all kind of fizzled out, and we kind of moved on to different things, and that was kind of the end of Angels Care and Clean. So why it failed, I think I didn't take myself seriously enough, and I didn't look at the scalability and, you know, how I could build this thing. I was just like really fixated on the low level 1 or 2 hour cleans for £10 an hour, thinking that's the ceiling, you know, that's all I could do. So what I should have done then, and what I would do now, is instead of focusing on the cleaning and me doing the cleaning and try to get these little 1 or 2 hour cleans, you know, residential properties, what I should have done is looked to expand to the point where I could hire someone else to do the cleaning, and I just focus on getting new clients. And the clients I should have focused on, instead of just the houses, which I'm not knocking because it's brilliant to start with. I think that's a perfect place to start. But after that, you can go into commercial cleaning and get bigger cleaning contracts. So for example, in offices, they all pay good money to have cleaning contracts, to have cleaners come in, keep everything clean, you know, whether it's before they open or after hours or whatever. And these are the kind of things I should have focused on and kind of had a bit more confidence in myself to go after these type of things. I just didn't think I was, I don't know, good enough or something to be able to run something like that. And that's not true. Anyone could do it at all. In fact, I'm going to link a channel in the description if you're interested in this kind of thing. There's a woman on YouTube who has kind of documented her whole thing, and she does like Airbnb cleans, and she gets some really good contracts with commercial cleaning, and they pay a lot more than £10 an hour. So yeah, check her out if you're interested in that. Okay, scaling. This is where I went wrong. So like I said, I got to a point where I thought I'd hit like the ceiling of what I could do. I'm just one person. It was me and my friend, but she had other things going on as well. So I thought I'd hit this ceiling and there's just, you know, nothing, nowhere else I can take this. So what I should have done is upped the price to £12 an hour, and I could have hired someone on a self-employed basis, so they sort out all their taxes, hired someone else and paid them £10 to do the clean. You might think £2 profit sounds just pointless. So let's say you had 10 clients and you were charging £12 an hour for a 2-hour clean once a week. So 12 hours times 20 is £240 a week, or £960 a month. If you hired a cleaner and paid them £10 an hour to do the cleaning, then they would have £200 a week. I would end up with £160 profit a month just for organising it, you know, just for getting a client and a cleaner together. Which again, still might not seem like a lot of money, but when you think this is as passive as it's gonna get, you know, people talk about passive income and all that, and I'm all for it, but nothing is ever passive. So the work would be to build up to this point and then get the client and cleaner and bring them together. But you could up them to like £14 an hour or 15, 16, depending on where you live. And also if you could add like an extra service, like I've got a carpet cleaner now. Well, my mum's got a carpet cleaner, but if I just like lent her a carpet cleaner and offered that as an extra service, you know, for an extra £5 or something like that, you could really heighten the price. So if you included like windows, carpet cleaners, or like sofa cleaners or whatever, you know, you could really think of something just a little bit different that people would pay a little bit more for, and that would really up the price. So if I was able to charge £14 an hour, paid someone else £10 an hour to do it, I would end up with £320 a month passive without having to even do the cleaning, with someone else doing it, which I think is an amazing thing to aim for. You know, to have an extra few £100 a month for not doing the work should have been my goal. You know, I was making that kind of money per week doing the cleaning, but if I'd have just hired someone in, upped the prices, hired someone in, I could have been making this money, you know, on a monthly basis. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat it and say it's totally easy, you know, just free money. No, because you have to build to that point, but it's really easy to do. Like I said, I did it without any effort. Like, it wasn't effort to do. Like, I only printed off the flyers one time and went and handed them out, not even in a good area. Like, if you're gonna hand out flyers and do this, think about your areas in your local town or wherever you live. So I did it just in the village where I lived, which was a silly place, but it still worked. Like, I still got clients there, so that just proves you can do it anywhere. But if I'd have like come into town and gone to like the posh areas of town, I'm sure I would have been able to charge a lot more. So I'm kind of kicking myself that I just gave up on this whole thing. I should have carried it on. I should have hired some people. But this is what I plan on doing this time around. I really want to be able to scale a little cleaning business to the point where it is mostly passive, and I'm not hiring because they're going to be self-employed, but finding self-employed cleaners to give the cleans to, and me be able to sit back, hopefully, and make some extra cash. If you've done this, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. If you're interested in it, I'm going to link this lady's YouTube. Please go and look at it. It's amazing. She documented it pretty much from the beginning to all the different clients she gets. You know, she's given me so many ideas about the possibilities. You know, I never even considered thinking about like Airbnb cleaning and just things like that. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check out her channel. I hope this was interesting. I hope it gave you some more ideas of what you can do to make money. And my camera's just gone, so I'm gonna say goodbye on my phone. I didn't want to leave you without saying goodbye. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.